Hello, welcome to She Knows Me with Rosie, where we cover all things wellness, health and weight loss, and we'll be specialising in plant-based weight loss for women. Each month we're trying to do a segment of this versus that, and this month we are covering a predominantly fruit-based diet versus a predominantly starch-based diet. If you've ever found yourself scrolling on Instagram and checking out these beautiful skinny that walk around with their all year tan summer bodies, and all they do is they just chow down on fruit and chug smoothies their whole lives, you're not alone, and you're probably thinking that must be the secret. A predominantly solely based, fruit-based diet must be the secret. I'm going to explain to you why it isn't. Firstly, we don't all live on an island where we basically can live off the crops and have access to fresh seasonal fruit all year round. We live in the burbs and we do our grocery shopping at Woolworths. We have jobs, commutes, deadlines and social obligations. All of that said, I do understand that you create a life you want and. But my life that I want to create has more than just fruit in it. If you've tried a predominantly fruit-based diet and you failed on it, don't feel alone. There's reasons for that. And then just don't get me wrong, fruit is an extremely healthy food item, and with all the vitamin, minerals, water, fiber intact, it's like nature's candies, little powerhouses that we can consume. So don't get me wrong, fruit is an amazing, extremely healthy food. As glamorous as what chugging smoothies and eating fruit all day might sound, this might not result in weight loss for you, and I'm going to explain why. When focusing on weight loss, there's a few things you have to keep in mind with regards to the diet being maintainable, achievable, sustainable, and doable for long-term results, and being able to do it longer than a certain period that you've put out for yourself, because fruit can most definitely be part of a starch-based diet, and you can definitely reap the benefits from them, but to have a predominantly only fruit-based diet, I would not recommend that, especially with weight loss as your goal. Fruits are naturally low in calories, so you tick that box, and with the fiber and water intact, it's a perfect snack to have. But on the flip side, because they are so delicious and easy to eat, you can easily overconsume fruits. Fruit can easily be eaten in large quantities in one seating, and it'll actually leave you at the moment feeling physically full, as if you can't get any more in. But on the flip side, short thereafter, you might feel as if you're reaching out looking for something. You start feeling a little bit hungry, or it's more of an unsatisfied feeling, and also it's very short after you've had that meal, and you can't understand because the amount that you had was so large. Fruit breaks down and is digested much quicker than what a starch is broken down. So I'll explain the difference between the fruit and the starch and the digestion of that shortly. But that is why when you have a huge smoothie, or if you have quite a bit of fruit in the morning, shortly thereafter feel quite hungry, you're a bit peckish. So let me explain to you how fruit is composed and how starch is, and why you feel different when eating a large volume of fruit compared to a large volume of starch. Fruits are composed of short-chain monosaccharides, also known as a simple carb, and they are broken down extremely quickly. Starches are composed of long-chain polysaccharides, also known as complex carbs. They are broken down a bit slower in the sense that there's a bit more sustained energy release for you. So you can see how they're both healthy carbs, and you can reap benefits from both of them with regards to vitamins and minerals, but they are broken down differently in the body, and that will leave you either full with sustained energy or empty and hungry very short thereafter because of the quick digestion process. Another thing just to consider, if you have fruits in I would say a certain order, but if you would consume a fruit and feel a bit uneasy and bloating, there's a reason for that with regards to exactly what I mentioned with the digestion process. So we would always recommend for you to have fruits first because of the quick digestion. They move through, they get things going, that's great. But if you put a starch-based food item first and you eat your food after that, this takes much longer and slower to digest than what the fruit would. Fruit breaks down quickly. Now I've actually got this taking its time, going through all the systems, and then this is already broken down. that could result in bloating and a bit of an uneasy discomfort feeling, just that you understand why. If you had the fruit first and then the starch, like the oats or whatever, afterwards, that wouldn't happen, that wouldn't occur, because then your fruits would come in first, they'll be broken down, digested quickly, and the starchier carbohydrate can take its time, and there's nothing backed up behind it that's actually potentially going to be able to give you some bloat and some discomfort. I'm going to attach a picture over here with regards to an example of your digestion process in the intestines of when you have a starch meal first and then there is a fruit-based meal after that, and how it slows down the process and can cause bloating. When eating fruit, here's just to compare the two, you could eat a kilogram of apples and soon thereafter feel very unsatisfied. Now compare that to eating a kilogram of potatoes. You will start feeling full during your meal, and when you're done, you'll be satisfied and have that full feeling for quite a bit of time after your meal. Why am I telling you this between fruits and starches? It's just because I would like to show you that you understand that when this romantic idea of a solely fruit-based diet is presented to you, or you find an article and you read it and you think this is the secret, how it doesn't necessarily have to or can result in weight loss, and that having a predominantly fruit-based diet leaves you very unsatisfied. It's doable, it totally is, but you feel very unsatisfied on a solely fruit-based diet. And with feeling so unsatisfied from a fruit-based diet, you tend to eat more, because also a lot of people promote when you eat a fruit-based diet, smoothies and that endless. You can just have as much as what you would like to, as if calories don't count. They're like, go boss, your body knows what to do with those kind of sugars, and you kind of get a little bit brainwashed in the sense like, I can chow down on all the fruit in the world and it'll be fine because it's just fruit, those calories don't count. They do count, and that could put you into a calorie surplus and then result in weight gain. We have gone through this a couple of times, but just for those that haven't heard any of the previous videos, anything that puts you into a calorie surplus will result in weight gain over time. And so with consuming fruit that makes you feel unsatisfied, you consume a higher volume of it, and that will actually put you then in a calorie surplus if you are over consuming on the fruit to feel fuller for longer, which isn't going to happen because you need to have some starch. And then just a disclaimer, every person has got their own environment and situation and goals in mind. Just at the moment we are focusing on weight loss and comparing a fruit-based diet to a starch-based diet. Just a disclaimer. And try and remember, it's about satiation, not motivation. If you're going to rely on motivation to get you through each day on a strict diet to lose weight, motivation is going to run out and you're going to get khapful, or you're going to get sick and tired of solely having these fruit items because you've got so many things going on in your life. It's almost impossible to stick to just solely that for the rest of your life. So it's about satiation over motivation. Think eating, feeling satisfied, walk away. Motivation runs out, you're going to have problems. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to my channel. It will really help support my channel. And if you have any questions, please leave in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.